Roman Sionis, a former businessman, executive, and mafia boss who originally hated Bruce Wayne rather than Batman, wears a black wooden mask and leads the cult like society called the False Facers. Blackmask eventually became a mob boss controlling large sections of Gotham City's criminal underworld. Following the suspicious death of his multimillionaire parents, Sionis had inherited their fortune and went on to bankrupt their company. Saved by a buyout by Bruce Wayne, Sionis came to resent and hate Wayne. Fixated on the concept of masks, Sionis carved one from his father's black coffin and sought revenge. His ensuing battle with the Dark Knight caused his mask to be burnt into his skin, remaking him as the Black Mask. Sionis is now a feared gang leader and one of the most powerful mob bosses in Gotham, with a burning hatred for Batman. Personal history. Young Roman Sionis came from a rich family. His father, a successful industrialist. His parents only cared for their social status and were more concerned about that than their son's well being when a nurse dropped him on his head after he was born. They would frequently drag him around to parties and force him to be friends with children of other wealthy Gothamites like the young Bruce Wayne. His parents hated other people like the Waynes, though, but put on almost social masks in public to seem like more charming people. Roman hated the masks his parents wore. He would later inherit the prosperous Janus Cosmetics Corporation after his parents died in a suspicious fire. Roman quickly drove the company into the ground, leaving the company open to a Wayne Industries buyout. Driven mad by losing his legacy, he turned his hatred on Bruce Wayne, donning a mask carved from his father's coffin. He began murdering Wayne employees in the ensuing battle with Batman. Sionis' mask became permanently burned into his face as a living death mask. Over time, he would become one of Gotham City's most ruthless and sadistic crime lords, commanding the False Facers, a masked army of henchmen. With each subsequent loss to Batman, his empire shrank and his sadism grew. Among his many crimes were the destruction of a community center on Gotham's East End, the painstaking murder of Catwoman's brother-in-law, and driving her sister Maggie insane. War Games. Believed dead at Catwoman's hands, Black Mask survived, and when Gotham City's gang erupts part of a war game created by Batman that went horribly wrong, they created a power vacuum in the underworld that he could exploit to build a criminal empire. Murdering Orpheus, a costumed gang leader working secretly with Batman to end the unrest in Gotham, he took the tragic hero's identity and gained the trust of the teen hero Spoiler, who had triggered Batman's war games in a misguided attempt to prove himself. Learning information vital to his cause before betraying and torturing her. Following Batman's plans, the Fox Orpheus railed all the factions, revealed his true identity, and intended a spree of carnage, culminating with Spoiler's death. Black Mask became undisputed ruler of the entire Gotham underworld. The end. Deathstroke later approached Black Mask, offering him a place within the society. Eager to strengthen his increasingly tenuous grip on the underworld, Batman and the new Red Robin had both been targeting his operations. He accepted. And Captain Nazi, one of the Hyenas, and Count Vertigo were sent after Batman and the Red Hood. However, these villains were defeated. and Batman ultimately prevented the society from securing a foothold in Gotham City. In an attempt to improve himself, after this debacle, Black Mask threatened the most important people in Catwoman's life, from Slam Brady to Holly Robinson. Still thinking that she adhered to a strict no-kill rule, Black Mask was caught by surprise when Catwoman retaliated by shooting him in the head and blowing off his jaw, seemingly killing him. After the shooting, Selina Kyle passed the mantle of Catwoman to her friend Holly Robinson. Not long after, Holly was arrested for killing of the Black Mask. Black Mask 2. In the Battle for the Crow storyline, a new Black Mask surfaces. He has drugged several of Arkham Asylum's inmates, including the Great White Shark, Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, Mr. Zsasz, Firefly, Jane Doe, and the Scarecrow. With a substance that can kill when triggered, Black Mask is quickly acknowledged as the leader of the group when he blows up much of Arkham Asylum, and then prepares for his ascension by destroying Two-Face's and Penguin's region and becoming Gotham City's crime lord once again. Mask eventually comes under fire by the National Guard as well as Mario Falcone and Penguin, and barricades himself in part of Gotham called Devil's Square. He establishes the Ministry of Death, made up of Hugo Strange, Dr. Death, and Fright, who resurrects the Reaper to serve the Black Mask. They also create an army of mind-controlled false-facers to aid them. Eventually, the new Black Mask is revealed to be Jeremiah Arkham, administrator of Arkham Asylum. After being defeated by Batman, he is imprisoned in the rebuilt Arkham Asylum. The New 52. It is revealed that Arkham is no longer Black Mask, but merely had a ride with Sionis' friend. Roman Sionis turns himself over to Arkham's care, apparently hoping Arkham can save him from the mask. During a storming of Arkham Asylum by a Talon of the Court of Owls sent to kill Jeremiah Arkham, Sionis asks Arkham to give him his mask so he can stop the Talon. The mask is revealed to have mind control abilities granted by the ebony it's carved from. He commands the other inmates to attack the Talon and seals it inside with them. Sionis is then defeated by Batman and returns to Arkham's care. Black Mask is revealed to have been the leader of a gang called the False Facer Society, who wore masks of the same wood that his own mask was carved from, giving him direct control of their minds and letting him operate the gang like fingers of a glove. I always liked the Black Mask because it always reminds me that this might be what happens if Bruce Wayne gives himself over to the Batman mask completely. He might become like the Black Mask, like the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, a completely mentally unstable, crazy, violent person without the consciousness of Bruce Wayne. The Black Mask is what Bruce Wayne would become without any consciousness if he just hid constantly and gave his identity over to the Batman mask.